Hey everyone, so today's training is on how to get customers. So we all know how important it is to grow your client customer base, especially from the get-go, so we can snatch up all those bonuses. Social media is obviously a huge part of our business, and it's what allows us to grow this business in our stolen moments, and obviously work from wherever we want, whenever we want. So the biggest platforms are obviously Facebook and Instagram. And we want you to follow your 60 and 60. So the 60 and 60 is super powerful. It's 60 posts in 60 days. It also doesn't mean that after the first 2 months you have to stop and you're all on your own. You can just start it again, or you can refresh as well. So we've also got all of our albums. So we've got our product post album, our Emporium post album, even funny posts, everything that's in that 60 and 60 is in those post albums, which is awesome because it's honestly just set out for you. What I will say though is please do not just copy and paste. We want everyone to be genuine. You're growing your own brand. So although people are going to be purchasing products and the program, they're purchasing you as well. So your personal brand is really, really important, and we want to make sure that everyone is just being genuine. Could you imagine if we all just copy and pasted the same message, and if there were people that followed a couple of us, we'd just look like walking advertisements. And that's not what we're about. We're not about selling. We're about creating connections with people and relationships, and just being our genuine, authentic selves. So those those post albums are perfect, but please, by all means, when you're picking a post, please pop it into your notes and edit it to make it sound like you as well. I find my notes super powerful. I don't even want to know how many notes I have now. It's probably a crazy number, but I've got an iPhone, and I find every time I pop something into my notes, I'll give it a title, and then I just jump in the search bar at the top and search for it when I need it. This works for hashtags and everything like that. It just makes you way more efficient and quicker, and you can also play around in your notes before you go and send it to someone. So yeah, when you're doing your post, just make sure it relates to you. A lot of you probably haven't tried the products when you are starting this business, and that's totally cool. We've got options for you as well. But if you have tried them further down the track, don't talk about your skin. If your skin was fine and you didn't see any improvement, you want to be talking about stuff that's actually happened to you and is really relatable. So for me, I always talk about the energy that it gave me. It did actually help me with hormonal changes, which in turn helped my skin. And I didn't get sick all winter. So when I talk about those things, you can tell that I'm genuinely passionate about those things, and it comes across in my posts. You can tell that I'm not just copying and pasting it from somewhere, and that's a lot more relatable than someone that is just sounding like an ad that they've just copied and pasted. It's not their language. It's not how they speak. So that is really, really important when we're posting, and in turn trying to attract customers. Another thing with that is obviously we then have the script albums. So these are amazing. They step by step tell you how to have those conversations with people when they do comment on your product post or your program post. And they're really great too. Once again, please copy and paste them into your notes and make them your own. If you don't say, hey hun or hey lovely, please don't say that. If you do, cool. If you know the person, say their name, ask them how their kids are, ask them how their birthday party was last weekend. You're actually always going to try and, change it up a little bit depending on who you're speaking to anyway. But like I said, my notes are my godsend. I don't know what I would do without them. So please use your notes, please use the scripts, but just remember to be genuine. Social media is obviously huge for us, but it's not the be all and end all. When our upline started this business, social media wasn't actually that huge, so they door knocked. They found different ways to communicate and create relationships with people too. So Another way is someone actually used a flyer, I think. So she created a flyer. It had that she was going to be a health and wellness coach. And now, please make sure though, do not be calling yourself a health and wellness coach if you're not a certified health coach. We can't actually call ourselves that. So please remember, if you don't have a relevant qualification, please just call yourself a wellness coach. That's okay. So she created this flyer. She went to local cafes, local gyms, and just asked if she could put it up. She talked about the program and put her number on there, and that's how she did it. So that can be really powerful too. Now, a lot of us, when we are having those interactions with people in real life, especially when you're first starting out, they can be a little bit awkward, but don't worry, I promise you it gets easier, okay? And I know a lot of us do start as closet juice pluses. I know I was personally one. So that's just kind of when you're starting and you're a bit scared to, talk to people about what you're doing. So for instance, someone might ask you, what do you do for work? And usually this would be an amazing way to tell people what you do and just either have a chat to them about it or like get a customer, even if it's a random person. But these closet juice pluses, they get asked this question. And so, for example, hey, Darelle, what do you do? I just work in admin. And they're just going to be like, okay, cool. And the conversation's going to carry on, right? So when you're speaking to people, they might say, what do you do? So you might say, oh, well, I work in admin, but I actually just started a brand new online business. And even just that's not even saying much. That's going to create interest, and they're going to ask you more about it. And then you can say to them, you can say, I'm a wellness coach. Or if you want to say something a bit more specific, you could say, I am a transformation coach for women, and I take them through a 16 holistic health program. You could say, I help tired office workers get energy back and give them positive habits. It depends obviously who you're speaking to, how you're going to answer that, but please make sure that you tell people what you do, because word of mouth is amazing. When someone's talking to you in person, it beats a post out of the water any day, because someone can genuinely hear in your voice and your body language how excited you are, how much you believe in the product. It's a great way to get customers. I got my hairdresser the other week. I didn't go to the salon to sell my hairdresser Juice Plus. I was just genuinely talking about how great I felt, and she was like, oh my goodness, like, please send me info, because I genuinely was sitting there telling her all this positive impact that it had on my life. So that's really, really powerful as well. Just chatting to people. And like I said, when you're first starting out, it can be a bit awkward. You can trip over your words, but you're gonna get better. It gets easier, I promise. I know it's a lot to take in, but it definitely does get easier. When you are having those conversations too, especially over social media. So sometimes people will DM you, sometimes they will speak to you on Messenger. If you are struggling to build up your network on Facebook, but you're finding really good traction with Instagram, another handy tip is to ask that person on Instagram, maybe say, hey, I find writing on Messengers heaps easier. Would you mind if I add you? Like, what's your name? And that way you can build your network on Facebook at the same time. So that's really cool too. But when you are speaking to someone, trying to build up your customer base, you will be getting hard questions, especially at the start when you're not 100% sure on how to answer everything, especially if someone's kind of gone off track and they're not really following what they should on the product script. But by all means, hopefully you would have a three-way chat with your mentor and their upline, or you may just have a chat open with your mentor. Please just screenshot and send it to us, because we are more than happy to help. We've probably been asked the same question or been given the same answer 10 times over. So we would be more than happy to help you with, if you're stuck on how to answer something. And that's really awesome too, because then if you get asked that again, you're going to know. And when you bring on team, you're going to know how to help them as well. So please, the three-way chat is very powerful. Please send those through whenever you're stuck. And yeah, so another way getting customers lately that I found has been quite good just to build a bit more attraction on Instagram are the new Insta stories. So I find if I do a post, I might get a couple hundred likes, and that's cool. But if I do a story, I will go check back. You can actually check and see who's looked at your story. I'll get like 300, 400 views, which is insane. So by all means, please don't just fill up your Insta stories with product, program, product, program, product, program. Please make sure that you continue, I'll make sure that I throw my lifestyle in there, because once again, you are your own brand. You want people to get to know you and trust you too. So yeah, please make sure that you're not just doing that. But I mean, if you've got a special promotion post or something that you really want people to see, I'll either just take the photo itself, or I'll screenshot my page, and I'll scribble out a bit of the photo just to keep a bit of mystery and say like new post or giveaway, like go jump on my page, because that way if your post hasn't come up in someone's newsfeed, they're gonna see it, and they might jump over your page, and then they might even see a couple of other posts. So I found them really cool too. Another really good trick for Instagram and Facebook is chasing your likes. So obviously if you're doing a product post and someone's commented, you're going to reach out to them. You're going to use that program or product script. But what about the 10 other people or the 20 or 100 other people that have just liked the post? A lot of the time people will happily like your stuff, but they're not maybe confident enough to reach out for you and ask for help or ask you what you're talking about. So what you can do to chase your likes is you can jump back to the most recent photo or product post, or even the last couple of posts, and look at who's liked it. So you'll notice that there will be a few people that have liked a few of your posts. Always jump into their profile first before approaching them. Make sure that they're not actually already on the team or were involved in Juice Plus or something like that. And then just strike up a conversation. So you can just say something like, hey lovely, thank you so much for liking my post. I wanted to know if you're looking to get your health on track. I would love to connect with you and chat more about it, or something along those lines. Always make sure that you, with new relationships, you form them. So FORM, write that down. Family, occupation, recreation, and message. So a lot of the time when you are reaching out to people that you perhaps don't know, especially on Instagram, ask them about their family, ask them about their occupation, ask them about their recreation, so what they do for fun, and then put across your message. You definitely don't want to juice plus vomit all over people. People do not like that. And that's also why we have those scripts, because we break it down one by one for you, so you know what order to say it in and when as well. That's a really good tool. So yeah, chasing your likes is actually massive, because like I said, a lot of people just are too scared to reach out to you. So the fact that you reach out to them, a lot of the time they're just really appreciative. And when you approach them and you just want a genuine chat with them, they love that too. So chasing your likes is really powerful to get customers as well. Another way that has been really effective this year is looking at your Facebook groups. So a lot of girls are in groups like Advice or Girls Love Travel. Please join groups that you genuinely have an interest in, because we want to make sure that you're able to create value in that group too. You're not just jumping into that group so you can just message all these random people that you don't know, that you've never spoken to about the program or product. You want to make sure that you're in that group, you're adding value, and then maybe once you have commented on someone's post, if they're perhaps asking you for advice, or, in a travel group or something like that, like where should I go when I go to Mexico, or, something like that, then you can perhaps reach out to them. That's a really good way to use groups. You do have to be really careful in groups when trying to get customers though, because a lot of people, your comment will get deleted if they think you're selling. A lot of them ban selling. So you've got to be really careful. But groups are just really good to, create those relationships, which could in turn work out to customers. Another awesome tip for building how to get customers as well on Instagram is hashtags. So if you've got like a hashtag that is relevant to you, it might be fitness, it might be vegan, it might be yoga, it might be moms, or something like that. You can jump into that hashtag, and you can go and find people's pages that use that hashtag a lot, and you can follow them. So you want to always give people lots of love when you follow them. That's also a great way to build up your network on Instagram. You want to follow them, you want to like a couple of pictures. I think it's called Kiss Kiss Hug, so like, comment. And a lot of the time they will follow you back, and you want to attract both clients and team. You want to attract your avatar, right? You want to attract people that are similar to you. So if you're following, those accounts that have those hashtags like fitness and things, you're most likely going to find people that are into the same things as you, which is really awesome to build up your customer base as well. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for how to get customers. And I just think if you are authentic, genuine, you're just yourself, you share your message and you stay true to it, you're going to have no problem attracting the right clients for you as well. So just follow that 60 and 60 and just remember to be yourself and you will be fine.